Hey everybody, it is Yishan here, and I had a free Friday night. So what did I do with it? Did I go to the bar? No. Did I go to the gym? No. Did I test and theorize about Genesys format for more time than I should have? Yes. And the reason is because Konami announced this format, and truth to be told, Gren Maju hasn't really been playable for the past couple years in Yu-Gi-Oh! Advanced format. The only real retro format, and I've been playing a decent amount of retro formats it's playable in, is Toss format. Edison Goat, pretty much Gren Maju is unplayable, Tengu unplayable, Redo unplayable. So Toss is really the only format, and Toss is not too popular, so I really haven't gotten a chance to play Gren Maju. But when they announced Genesys format, I thought, oh my gosh, can go and put all my knowledge back in and all my thoughts and come up with a Gren Maju deck list. Now, this really isn't a deck profile video, but this is just a starting point to start some discussion among the Gren Maju enthusiasts and Yu-Gi-Oh community of the world about sort of how to take this deck. What direction should we take it? What are the trade-offs possible? Pros, cons, etc. So let me show you what I thought up with. This main deck, if you ignore all the cards I've put in the side deck, is less than 100 points, like 90 something. I think maybe 98. And so yeah, I think I actually don't know too much about Genesys format. I'm really hoping that by posting this video, people will offer suggestions. I'll tell you sort of where I struggled, what I went with, and sort of cards that couldn't quite make the cut. So okay, let's start with the deck list theory. Okay, so we're just playing 3 Gren Maju, 3 Gizmek, 3 Eater. I maxed it on three pots as well, because I didn't really like. Pot of Greed is 30, which is very expensive. Honestly, Desires is a little expensive. I wish this card was cheaper. If they ever want to bring it down to 15, that would be nice. So, I mean, you got to play Desires, in my opinion. You're playing Gren Maju deck, you've got to play Desires. So that's where most of the stuff took up room. Now, where I was feeling the pressure was trade-offs between, like, Super Poly, for example. I thought Super Poly, I mean, I don't know much about the current Genesys meta, but Super Poly seems very powerful, and all the fusions that go with it are free. The issue is that there aren't that many good level 8 spam cards, right? So, I mean, there are a lot of them, but the dangers are probably one of the best, right? Kaijus are pretty good too, but there's no way to play Slumber, and well, there is a way to play Slumber, but it costs 33 points, which is quite extreme, honestly. That's probably too many points for a card like that. So we can't really play Slumber. Kind of have to play the Dangers because there's no other good level 8s. And then I'm playing Castle right now because I can't really afford Slumber in the Genesys world. And all the Castle engine is free. And even though Terraforming is like 33 points or something like that, you don't need to play Terraforming because you have Glyph. So that was kind of the idea here was, okay, I'll play the Dangers because I need to. I'll play Desires because I need to. I'll play everything. I'll play the Standard Golden Castle package, but I was really trying to fill out my deck list with another level 8 engine, and I couldn't come up with a good one. I know people have come up with like Schweitz Limiter Dragon or whatever, or something like, I don't know what it's called, Limited Dragon, or there it is. I just saw it, Schweitz, or yeah, this thing. Like this just, I'm not a fan. Like this is just too scary, honestly. This card, I never even seen this card before, just searching it up. It's 33 points. So okay, cool. I've never actually even seen this card before, so okay. But yeah, so that's kind of where I was. So instead of trying to come up with more level 8s, I was thinking about level 2 tuners, because level 2 tuners are extremely powerful with the 8s, because mostly actually because of Cheng-Ying. Cheng-Ying is one of the craziest banished themed cards that's just completely generic. And it is actually insane because you can get value on your turn and your opponent's turn through a quick effect like Gizmek, for example. So every time you banish a card, you get to banish a card from graveyard and field, which is just actually insane, honestly, and it just can't be destroyed basically because you just banish a card from your own graveyard. So it's like it's very strong. It gains a lot of attack. It reduces your opponent's monster's attack. Baron, which I should have put in the side deck thing, is 85 points. So we're just not playing Baron. Like that's too expensive. As for the level 2 tuner package, I figured that Vision Resonator is the best. I considered a couple. So Deep Sea Diva is playable, but not really in a Golden Castle version of the deck, because this takes up your normal summon. Diva is one of the better level 2 tuners, but not really playable because of this reason. Okay, the other one is the Blackwing tuner. Blackwing something or other. It's like a level 2 Blackwing tuner. I should have had these cards memorized, but it's pretty good. It just specials itself basically if there's like, I think if there's a monster with 2,000 or more attack, which is pretty common. Most of your stuff's gonna have 2,000 or more attack. But the issue here is that there's no card advantage, right? Like it's nice, but there's no card advantage. However, Vision Resonator gives card advantage. Okay, so level 5 or higher Dark Monster, pretty much that's almost most of your deck, right? You can also still normal summon this card, but like with Hextrude, with Bigfoot, with Thunderbird, Hex sometimes, and of course Gizmek, but so there's a lot of synergy there. And when it's sent to the graveyard, you can add basically Crimson Gaia, which adds another copy of Vision Resonator to your hand. Now, the reason this is important is because in a deck with dangers, you need to keep your hand advantage high, and so like this gives the deck another thing to hit off the danger discards. If you discard Vision Resonator off Thunderbird, Vision Resonator can add this Crimson Gaia, which basically adds the Vision Resonator back to your hand, basically. So that's really, really strong. Or if you already have Crimson Gaia, you can, it's not as good, right? You'd rather sort of go Crimson Gaia, you'd rather go Vision Resonator, search Crimson Gaia, Gaia search another Resonator, so you can just special it, because you can only search once per turn. But, it kind of is a moot point. If you're not going to use the Vision Resonator this turn, like you can sort of wait till next turn. So just trying to keep the hand advantage high. It still can special summon itself, and it can make the level 10 thing. So that's where I'm taking this, because I just couldn't find a cheap level 8 engine to use. And so I figured let's just go with the best level 2, and this seems to be the best level 2 to me. I mean, I've just put 3. I have no clue if this card is good in this format. But like, of course, Vision Resonator is a free discard, Gizmek is a free discard, the dangers get pretty decent value. So that was kind of the theory there. I'm not sure if that's true or false. And of course, one thing that this deck never got to play when I during the time where this deck was really strong was Alpha. Alpha is just a crazy card. This is like free and 0 points in this format, which is insane. It's a little better with Kaijus, but still quite strong, I would say. Still really, really, really strong. So a big fan of that. Big fan of that. Really, really love this card. And it's just one of the best level 8s, and yeah, really, really love this card. So I wish I could play with Kaijus, but maybe if they make Kaiju Slumber cheaper. Right now, it's just ridiculously. I mean, it's priced more than Pot of Greed. Come on, So that's that extra deck. Okay, let's talk about the fusion or synchros. I'm actually looking for more suggestions on level 10s because I could only find these 3. Ruddy Rose, I mean, it's okay, I guess, right? It can kind of banish everything from the graveyard. That can be nice, but honestly, you probably want to play more like Changyings. And then I found this card, Arms of Genesys Return 0. I don't even know when this card came out. Not a clue, honestly. But it basically negates monster effects, and you can do it once for each attribute. So Dark is pretty common. Then of course you also randomly run Winds and Fires and Earths as well. So kind of this card seems like it has some potential, maybe. I don't think this other effect will ever come up, shuffling Genesys monsters, but that's besides the point. I think it's still pretty good. One thing I wanted to talk about was Zeus. Okay, so Zeus was kind of competing for Super Poly's spot, because I personally think Zeus is just too strong, right? Like it's just too generic, too strong, comes up so often, really good with this Dingirsu lineup. And so I think it's better than Super Poly, but I'm not sure. One sad thing is Draglubian is just not playable. They really didn't want Draglubian Numeron Dragon to be a thing in this format. So I guess I'll take the hint. I'll take the hint, Konami. And then of course I don't think Hope Harbinger is worth 20 20 points, even though it's a very, very good rank 8. So I think it's just that's where I love. There's also the zombie vampire. This card is just not worth 50 points, but it's sort of, these are cards to keep an eye on if they drop in points. You know, maybe they become playable. Again, like the whole Fairy Tale Luna Kaiju package, really wanted to play it. This card is like much better going first, but again, I just don't see a way forward with that when Slumber is so expensive. Now, side deck, when I was back playing when I was this big, I wanted to play all, like, I used to just play, like, all the floodgates. There can be only one summon limit, but of course, at this format, they're all at 100 points. They don't want people like me playing 3 floodgates and, you know, 19 floodgates in their side. So, I mean, I've just looked at some cards. One card I'm scared of, I'm seeing a lot, is Grisale Prison. I hope that's how you say it. Grisale, maybe it's a French thing. Grisay, I don't know. Yes, it looks French, but I'm not French, so I don't know how to pronounce it. If you control a face-up monster, you know, this is basically dimensional barrier for synchros and exceeds. Pretty annoying. Luckily, these cards are still big beaters, though, so like it's not the end of the world, and you kind of have Gren Maju, so it's not that bad. This is like basically Solemn Judgment. Iron Thunder. It's kind of like Solemn Judgment. What's Solemn? What does Solemn cost? Solemn costs 7, and this card is free, so I think that's why you're seeing a lot of people play this instead. So those are kind of the main ideas. That's kind of what I'm looking out for. Extra deck, again, like it's mostly just these standard rank 8s. There's a lot of space now because links are all banned. So I'm trying out this Galaxy Ice package, which just seems like crazy advantage, but doesn't do a lot of damage. It's not really an OTK package, but it seems like, I don't know. Honestly, these cards have way too, like, this is just ridiculous. I literally like can't read all this text, but I'm sure these cards, they seem good. Like, you just keep stacking them on top of each other and taking your opponent's monsters and popping cards, so they must be good. Usually they used to be like, I used to never include them because they took up so much space and they were kind of didn't come up too often, and these ones came up more. Honestly, Zombie Stein's pretty rarely comes up too. But yeah, like this is just all, I guess this is what we're doing now, you know? I guess if you wanted to play another like rank 8 card, you could try Astral Creep. This card costs 3. Okay, never mind, guys. Don't play Astral Creepo, I guess. I mean, this is crazy. They're just killing me out here. So I think Vision Resonator being free is really nice. These Synchros being free is really nice. So that's my current Gren Maju deck profile. I've seen some going around. Let me know what you guys are coming up with. I feel like this is just one night of research, sort of bringing back the juices. I want to see, you know, what maybe point values you're really looking at, what kinds of cards that maybe I didn't even consider. I feel like I considered a lot of things, but I might have missed a couple, honestly. I think I covered the key stuff, though, like Super Poly, Desires, you know, that sort of thing. Again, I really like the Golden Castle because it's completely free, like Trade-In because it's completely free. So I think there's a lot of cool ways to take this deck. That's what's really exciting to me about Genesys format, is that it seems like Gren Maju should be somewhat competitive, and there's actually multiple ways, again, to build this deck, because you could go, you know, if this Kaiju Slumber ever gets cheaper, we could go Kaiju Slumber Luna, you know, Alpha Master of Beasts route. But I don't think Super Poly will get that much cheaper. This card's already pretty low priced at 10. This is definitely a card I want to keep my eye on. It's kind of sad that I don't get to see too many Pot of Greeds. I thought this card is just like so cool. I'm glad they unbanned it, but I don't know. I don't know how cheap they have to make this card so it'd be competitive. But I would like to see Desires drop in some points, but you know, again, I think it's kind of fun. There's some restrictions. So yeah, I spent 80 points on you know, this Desires and Zeus, which was painful, and then, you know, another 18 on the Dangers. But that's where I'm at. I looked at all the 1 and 2 point cards, and none of them seemed worth it, honestly. So yeah, that's that. Okay, guys, thank you for, you know, watching. Let me know if you want to see more of this kind of Genesys content, if you guys are interested in. I know I don't post that much anymore, but who knows? You know, I think when there's something passionate, and I think people want to. When there's something that I'm passionate about and I think people want to see it, then I'm happy to post. Also, you know, I've been playing a lot of retro, so if you guys are interested in that, you know, drop a comment, leave a comment, and maybe I'll post some more retro videos. But yeah, this is Gren Maju. Please, yeah, give me your feedback. You know, this is just my initial presentation. Maybe we'll get some gameplay or some real, like, more thought out deck profiles with like real side decks and coherent strategies, and some actual testing involved, because this is just what I came up with on the spot. But okay, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys are enjoying Genesys format. I think it's a really cool way to enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what any of the K9 Vanquish Soul new cards do. Ryziel, Mitsurugi, not a clue. Honestly, I played in Snake Eyes format, still don't have a clue what those cards do. I just know they're kind of broken. Alright, that's all I got, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, whatever it is. Let me know what you are thinking about Genesys format, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.